Eli that's going to be the question of the entire season, apparently, with the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
It is a home game for the Giants.
Yep.
So it could be kind of a momentum changer for them. So, man, this might be a shootout.
Yeah.
I want to say, Giants 28, Eagles 23.
All right, I'll buy that for $1. Walter, who you got? Eagles, Giants.
I don't like the Eagles defense so far this year. It's been underwhelming for me at least. Giants offense in addition not as good with the big pieces they got, but maybe they're starting to click now. Eli plays pretty decent. I think he's starting to come on the last couple of games.
Mm-hmm.
They're at home. But I'm just really I don't know if this Odell situation is gonna save Eli. I don't think Eli's kind of like he's probably one of the few quarterbacks that can shake off that kind of comment and not really get to him because of his prestige and the rings he's got, and also because he's kind of an elite guy anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think the Ajay injury is gonna hurt the Eagles as much. I think they don't strike me as being so dependent on the run. So I don't think it's going to be it's really the top of it. I think this will be like a field goal game. They might not take it on it at 3 points. I'll pick in these kind of games, in these kind of close games. I don't know the home teams, especially with the Giants being 1-4, and then arguably, I guess them probably needing this. They both need this win.
Yeah.
The division is still kind of open, but the Giants will be in a bigger hole at 1-5. So I'm gonna go with the Giants because of that urgency. Give me Giants 27, Eagles 23.
Yeah. I was going back and forth with this one myself, and it seems like that whatever both teams' weaknesses is, the other team pretty much has the answer for. The Giants' running game is excelling right now, but the Eagles' running game is hurting. The passing game for the Eagles is better right now, but the Giants' passing game is it's okay, but it's not as good as the Eagles is right now. There's still holes in both defenses, so I wouldn't be surprised if this was a high-scoring / shootout kind of game. But it seems like the Eagles would click better to me in this game. Now, don't get me wrong, because they need the Eagles. The Giants. They need this game more than the Eagles do, because I think even if they lose this game, whether it be because this is a divisional game too, but I still think that they'll be able to live and come out with a better overall record within the division and in the NFC conference. It'll hurt the Giants more to lose. But to me personally, if the Giants lose this game, they're done. They can forget about a playoff. Well, you know what? Never mind. They're the New York Giants. Because there's always two teams in the NFC conference that I never count out of the playoffs, and that's the Packers and the Giants, because they always find a way to sneak in somehow. But me, I'm gonna have to go ahead and take this. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one to Philly by 6 points, 20-26. All right. Next game, we got Tampa Bay Bucks going up against the Atlanta Falcons. Flip, who you got?
Oh man, if the Falcons don't blow, not blow them out, but at least win it handily.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a kind of bad game. I don't really trust Jameis that much. He's a decent quarterback, but I don't think he's really that amazing of an upgrade from Fitzpatrick. I feel like they do have offensive weapons, at least in the receiving core. The running game kind of sucks, and Falcons they're stacked, I guess. They got Freeman back. Who's against Calvin Ridley? He's looking like their new top receiver. Because Julio can't see the end zone ever. Yeah, this should be a Falcons game. I think they're playing at home too. This might be the game Julio gets a touchdown finally. I just Bucks defense kind of giving up at least a touchdown to them, maybe two.
Yeah.
So I'll say that the Falcons win 27-14.
All right. Walls and Tom, who you got? Bucks, Falcons.
Yeah, give me the Falcons in this game. It'll be a damn shame if they somehow can't beat the Bucks team. I think Jameis is not going to come out playing well. He didn't really play so well when he came in after Fitzpatrick, and I don't see any sort of improvement. At least not until a couple more games to get under his belt. I think the Falcons. Devontae Freeman's back, correct?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's back. So again, the never-ending struggle between Julio Jones and the end zone still continues. And I am disappointed that Julio did not find the end zone in the Steelers secondary. So I don't know how he's going to do it now. Maybe he'll get the Bucks. Yeah, give me the Falcons in this game. I don't think that it's going to be for some reason. I don't think the Bucks anything against Falcons for some reason. I think Winston's going to pull that team off even after the bye. Give me the Falcons in this 24. The Bucks.
All right, now Fitzmagic has run out, and Jameis Winston is still trying to shake the ring rust off. And Atlanta is just coming off of a bad loss to Pittsburgh, so I expect Atlanta to come out, trying to bust ass, and I expect Julio to go nuts in this game. Tampa Bay, they can still win this game. I mean, it'll probably be a close win if they do, but I mean, I feel like that. I mean, with the way that the NFC South is looking, this game is going to be detrimental to Atlanta if they want a chance because Cam Newton and the Carolina's not slowing down, and Drew Brees just had the night of his life last night. So, I mean, yeah, this game is detrimental to Atlanta if they want to stay in the hunt in the NFC South. Like I said, I expect Julio to go nuts. I expect Matt Ryan to get his stuff together and the defense to shut it down a little bit more. So go on ahead and give me Atlanta by 9 points in this game. I got Atlanta by 9 points. All right, next up, we got Seattle Seahawks versus the Oakland Raiders. Flip, who you got? Raiders, Seahawks.
And this Seahawks O-line has been really surprising. DJ Fluker, he used to be a tackle for the Chargers. He was all right, man, but I didn't think he was going to be a game changer for an O-line for the Seahawks. They held up pretty damn well against the Rams, which was really surprising. It seems like the Seahawks have decided to become a run-first team, so that's seeming to be helpful for them. Russ hasn't been that great at the quarterback position this year, but I feel like he always has a slow start and then he'll pick it up. So he might pick it up this game. Doug Baldwin shaking up the Russ still. I don't trust the Raiders. I said it last week that Derek Carr sucked, and he kind of proved me right.
Yeah.
I think he still has a game where he stinks stuff in this one. I got the Seahawks running away with this one, probably 24 to 20. I'll say 27-17.
All right. Wazatov, who you got? You got the Seahawks. You got the Raiders.
I'm going Seahawks. They're trending in the more positive direction. I like the little 1-2 kind of like combo they got there, running back with Carson and Mike Davis now apparently. And even though it seems like I guess Baldwin didn't have a great game, still comes back off an injury. I still think they can still kind of expose the Raiders. I don't like John Gruden right now as a coach. I don't think he's going to be able to set up anything that's going to surprise Pete Carroll or shock him. so I had high hopes. I thought that after that Browns game for the Raiders, that maybe the offense was going to be clicking, and then maybe going forward, they'd be able to capitalize with some of their receivers. But at this point, it's just like Amari Cooper just seems like a waste on that team. Lynch is just honestly a shell of beast mode.
Mm-hmm.
This team just doesn't. They're just really underwhelming, and obviously, hopefully, maybe that'll change once they move to Las Vegas. But for now, I'm going to go with the Seahawks and this pretty handily, like Cliff said. I'm going to go Seahawks 27, the Raiders 13.
Oakland has disappointed me this year because they're struggling with teams and letting teams give them all they can handle. With teams that on paper a year or two ago they should have beat pretty handily. And Seattle, they just came off the game of the week, in my opinion, with the Rams. And in you guys' opinion, they probably should have beat the Rams too. Like I said, that was one of the teams that I kind of regretted not picking for my game I regretted picking against them, but then again, it was a close game, so that was really a pick 'em. It really could have went either way. But I mean, Seattle, they are showing some life, and they can beat a team if they can, go toe to toe with literally one of the probably top 3 offensive teams as far as firepower in the league is going. If they can go toe to toe with them, then on paper they should be able to go up against the Raiders and beat them no problem. So go ahead and give me the Seahawks by 2 points over Oakland.
We'll see what it's like with the Seahawks in this game, because I think every so often you get those close divisional games that divisional opponents can look better against teams that they face twice a year, than fall flat against a team that they don't really see that often. Like an AFC team, Oakland Raiders, obviously the Seahawks don't play them that often, but the Rams. So we'll see if it was like a smoke and mirrors if the Seahawks team doesn't show up again this week. We'll know for sure that it was more than likely just the fact that it was a divisional game and that they know your opponent. It's easy to get up for those games, but if they fall flat against the Raiders, I think we can kind of attest to that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Go on.
I was gonna say it's Derek Carr.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but Derek Carr has always sucked to me, and I just don't trust him.
I don't know if he's learned to fire too wide banana yet.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, but I mean, we'll see. I mean, like I said, there's an old saying that you're only as good as your last game, and come on, the Seahawks gave us a hell of a game. Like I said, on paper, they should win this game pretty damn handily, but it's any given Sunday, so you never know. All right, anyway, next game. We got Indianapolis Colts going against New York Jets. Flip, who you got? Jets or Colts?
Jets, Colts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This might be closer than we're thinking here. I might have. I feel like the Jets have some momentum. They're playing at home, but the Colts are. I don't know. Their defense has actually been surprisingly okay this season. They still have Andrew Luck. I mean, he's not having the greatest season, but he's still Andrew Luck.
Yeah.
I think they get T.Y. Hilton back this week.
Yeah, they do.
I'm gonna chalk it up to the Jets having a fluky game last week, and I'll say that the Colts will win it, but probably be close. I'd say like 23-17.
All right. Walter Todd, who you got? Jets, Colts.
Yeah, I like this. I mean, the Colts team isn't as bad as that 1-4 record shows. There are a lot of other teams that have that record, or even even 2 wins that I feel the Colts are better than. And I don't know if it's because it's weird because it's really Andrew Luck, and then they have a lot of pieces that are just injured right now. I mean, Hines has kind of had a good stretch, a couple of games emerging in the backfield, but I don't know. You can't really point so much to many players on the squad. I mean, Luck's having a pretty. I mean, he's having a pretty okay season actually. Coming off all that layoff, and I don't know. Again, I would pick if I was looking at the quarterback. A lot of times I look at both squads them against the quarterback position for the most part, at least at first. And I don't granted the Jets had a pretty solid game the week before, but I think a lot of that was on the carrying on the back of the let off Brett of Monster James, and I'm not sure if he's going to be able to mimic that. I think that might have been a fluke. It's a random occurrence against surprisingly against the Denver team. To fall back to earth pretty quickly, and it's going to happen this week against Indianapolis. Give me Indianapolis. So this is actually an upset because the Jets are a favorite at home. But give me the Colts in this game. Give me the Colts. Colts 24, Jets 20.
All right. Now everybody's wondering if lightning can strike twice for the New York Jets, of the Jets beating a team that are, on paper better than they are. And do they match up good with Indy? I mean, the thing is, the Jets, while they did win, I mean, they still got quite a few puzzle pieces missing for them to be a threat in this division and in this AFC conference. And Indianapolis as well is in the AFC conference. They got just a tad bit more weapons than the Jets do. And to be honest, they got a hell of a lot better coaching. I mean, a hell of a lot. I mean, I question some of the decisions, but I think Indy's coach is a little bit better. And of course, Andrew Luck. It depends on which Andrew Luck that we're going to see in this game. But I think of course, he went up against Andrew. He went up against Tom Brady. I mean, so you can say as much as you want about that. But yeah, this is going to be our first hat trick of the week, fellas. Give me Indy over the New York Jets by 4 points in this game.
So we're all picking the upset.
Yep.
The Colts are the upset?
Yeah.
Both are favorites.
Ow!
Yeah. Because the Jets are at home. It'd be different if Indy was at home.
Indy's winning for it. Jets got 2 wins. Jets are at home. I think that's their favorite, but it's like less than a field goal. It's like 2.5 points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
It's not really an upset. I mean, obviously, it's more of an upset if you pick a team that is being favored against more than maybe 5 points. You know what I mean? At least if it's not more than a field goal, maybe it's not much of an upset.
Yeah. You're looking at a touchdown or more for an upset. So yeah. All right. Anyway, this one should be interesting. We got the Arizona Cardinals going up against the Minnesota Vikings. Flip, who you got?
Cardinals. Oh man. Look, the Cardinals have I guess they have a pretty decent defense, and the Vikings are known to get blown out like shitty teams. So this could be an interesting game, I guess. But I mean, on paper and in reality, the Vikings should win.
Yeah.
They have Thielen, they have Diggs. I think they still have Latavius Murray. I think Dalvin Cook is still out, but that doesn't really matter. Cousins is throwing a pretty good season. Their defense hasn't been amazing. They've just been winning off of a high-powered offense. But, I mean, their defense was still decent. I mean, it's decent enough to stop the Cardinals, at least. So this should be a pretty clear-cut game. I have the Vikings winning it, say, 28-14.
All right, Walters, who you got? Cards, Vikes.
Yeah, even with some obviously Dalvin still maybe not being at 100%. I just think the Vikings will just pick them apart with that receiving core. Thielen continues to amaze me with some of the plays he's making out there. He's just a fantasy stud. I'm not sure if Rhodes is going to succeed against this defense. Granted, the Vikings defense hasn't stopped me at all. The defense it was last year or year removed, but I still think I just think that Zimmer's going to game something up for Rhodes, and it's not going to be a good day. Again, that game against the Niners that was kind of fluky. That game really could have gone to the San Francisco a couple of plays. So I view Minnesota as an overall better team than San Francisco. Cardinals. I'll say the Cardinals win 2 away games in a row. I think Minnesota 30, Cardinals 40.
All right. Now, like I said, I regretted not picking Arizona for my underdog last week, and they're the underdog this week, and I don't regret picking against them. So guess what, fellas? We have another hat trick. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because come on. I mean, well, you know what? Like I said, it's the NFL, so nothing surprised me anymore. Hell, it wouldn't even surprise me if Arizona would somehow win. But I mean, but then again, you got to be logical too. You have to, you got to use your gut too. I mean, you got to use your head more than your gut. And come on, Minnesota is amazing at home right now. And like I said, I mean, Arizona's defense is decent, but the more they're on the field, the more they get worn down. And Kirk Cousins is good at managing that clock on his side of the ball. And if they got that running game clicking too, then guess what? It's going to be a long night for Arizona. So go ahead and give me the Vikings by a touchdown this game. Give me Minnesota by 7 points. Yeah, 7. Yeah, just by 1 touchdown. I'll say it'll be like 21. Yeah, I mean, if I had to give an exact score, give me Minnesota 28-21. Yeah. All right, next up, AFC North divisional matchup. The Pittsburgh Steelers going to Paul Brown Stadium against the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, the Cincinnati Bengals, they are playing some damn good football, some scary good football. And you guys are going to be surprised at who I pick. I said, well, go on. Y'all are going to be surprised at who I pick in this game because I thought about it for a long time. All right, but anyway, who you got?
I'm going to say Bengals 38, Steelers 28. Out there right there. I think the Bengals are going to expose the hell out of your defense.
You think it's going to be that high scoring?
I think it's going to be that high scoring.
Wow.
I don't think there's going to be a lot of defense played between these two teams. I think it's going to be a shootout just like the Bengals played against the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
I think Antonio Brown could have a good game, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I saw some stat that said that Antonio Brown has 21 targets this season that were the quarterback's fault.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't fault him. It's kind of on Ben if he gets going or not. That's my opinion thing about it. Andy Dalton's been playing some pretty damn good football, so my trust is in him. Joe Mixon's out there running the ball like an every down back.
Yeah.
Tyler Boyd's emerging, looking pretty sharp. Yeah, I feel like this is a high-scoring game, and it's up to the Steelers to keep up. I feel like they might fall behind, or it might be a game where they get ahead and the Bengals come back. But I have a feeling the Bengals are going to win this one, 38-28.
All right. Walter Todd, who you got? Steelers, Bengals.
So overall, I think you can agree that the Bengals have looked better from so far from the beginning of the season to right now at this point.
Mm-hmm.
They've been pretty consistent. They offensively they've been great. AJ Green had a great thing and that had a good season. And however, Dalton had a somewhat good season. I mean, he had a good start. He had through the last 3 games has been a little subpar. But I would say overall, I'm pretty confident in the Bengals, and I trust them overall this season. I think they look good, and they're at home. It's very, very tempting to pick them. However, the Steelers, the Steelers look really, really good, last week. And the Bengals, while their defense, I traditionally I like, but that AFC North, like the hard nose, like that's crap in the game. I don't think that when they face a team that has a really good offense, like again, when I look at the Bengals win, and look at the games, the points they put up. When they face a team that's got weapons, like a decent amount of weapons, like the Falcons, they'll give it up. And Pittsburgh shows to put up the point. And I think that Pittsburgh, there's still that big brother syndrome that they keep over the Bengals. The Pittsburgh Steelers, I think, traditionally, correct me if I'm wrong for that. I feel like they seem to they own the Bengals in the regular season, not just the playoffs. I feel like they kind of hold them. I'm not gonna. I can't talk about recent history, but I think Pittsburgh wins this game. It's a close game. I think it's a close game. It's going to be. That's just how those divisional games are. Give me Pittsburgh in this game. 27. Bengals 20.
All right. Before I go on, is Vontaze Burfict playing in this game?
Vontaze Burfict, he might.
Oh, you think he forgot about what happened with Juju last year? Yeah, he got laid out and then was out for a couple of weeks with a concussion. So yeah, I mean, it looks like Vontaze. Well, if he plays, then he might be targeting Juju. And by the way, Juju's been phenomenal so far, and especially with his touchdown celebrations. And it looks like the Steelers finally are clicking on the offensive side of the ball. They finally got a rhythm going. That's the one thing that I hate about the Pittsburgh Steelers. It takes them. They're like that old model car. Yeah, it takes them a while to get running, but then when it starts running, it's almost unstoppable. But the problem is we still keep getting beat deep. Our secondary still needs to get it together. The thing is, like, we've been too reliant on our front line. We've been too reliant on our linebackers to disrupt the pass and to get sacks. And like I said, when they do that, we end up having to drop our linebackers back into coverage. And linebackers are nowhere near as fast as wide receivers are. That's what corners and safeties are for. And A.J. Green is trouble. Joe Mixon, he can be trouble. This is hard. And it's going to be hard. This is a hard pill for me to swallow. And I cannot believe I'm going to say this. But I've actually got the Bengals winning this game by 6 points over the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I'm not even surprised, man. You're an anti-Steelers this year, man.
It's because there's an old saying that goes, if you keep your expectations low, then you'll never be disappointed. Yeah. Well, all right. Anyway, I hope now, just because I'm picking against them doesn't mean that I hope they don't prove me wrong. Please, for God's sake, prove me wrong. All right. Next game we got. Oh wow, the L.A. Chargers going up against the Cleveland Browns. Flip, who you got?
Oh man, this Baker Mayfield is going to get booked. Called it now. Carlos Hyde isn't a good enough running back to save him. Their defense might be a little bit of an issue, but we're like the check down kings, and we're the kings of throwing it deep. And I think the Browns defense can't handle us.
Melvin Gordon is going to run down the throats.
If we can survive the Rams pass rush, I feel like we can survive the Browns pass rush.
Definitely.
I don't think Melvin's going to run it down your throat. I think he's just going to be that check down to the side and run it up the field and kind of scare them, and they'll feel like they need to bring the linebackers in to contain it. Because Melvin's not easy to tackle, so you have to kind of bring your linebackers in. So I feel like we should run away with this game. So I'll say Chargers win 27 to 17.
All right. Walter, who you got? Chargers, Browns.
Y'all were surprised the Chargers are only a 1-point favorite, even in Cleveland. They're crazy. Yeah, there's a lot of hype behind this Cleveland game. It's crazy. They win 2 games. And then everyone's just thinking Baker Mayfield like the next Messiah.
Yeah.
I like the defense. I like the talent. The team they definitely got talent. But I just don't. made Phillips kind of come back down to earth a little bit. He's prone to turnovers. You see that. He's obviously a gamer and he makes plays. But he's definitely prone to turnovers. And I think that in this game, it's going to hurt them a lot more than it has in the other games. Like the game, like maybe against Buffalo, where he had a bunch and still put up a lot of points. I don't think that's going to happen against this Chargers squad. So give me LA in this game. I'll go Los Angeles Chargers 26. Cleveland 17.
All right, that is a believable score. Now Cleveland, like in recent years, they've been one of those teams like, well, I don't give a damn if they're home or not. They don't scare me. But now that they actually have some weapons to work with, they can kind of put a little bit of fear in your heart. But I mean, like the Chargers, with the weapons that they have on offense, like they can frustrate Cleveland. And you can say what you want about Cleveland's coaching and about the decisions they make, but one thing they aren't scared to do is that they're not scared to take chances and take risks. A lot of coaches come under fire about that, especially going for it on fourth down or going for kicks that's over 50 yards. But me, I like a coach who's actually ballsy is willing to make those clutch kind of calls. Now, this is probably going to be one of those down to the wire games. It's going to be a game that's closer than a lot of people give it credit for. Baker, he has a hell of an arm, but he just didn't have the experience, yet. And the Chargers defense is pretty damn decent. And like I said, I've already went over the weapons that the Chargers have. So I like the Chargers just a tad bit more than I like Cleveland, even if it is at home. So go ahead and give me the Chargers by 3 points over the Browns. Yeah, give me a field goal. I think it's going to come down to that one last field goal. So yeah.
Hold on. Let me say two more things. I think another point that could come down to is if our linemen get healthy this week, and our owner just passed away, so this might be one of those games we win off tribute. Ooh, yeah. That can be. I get that tribute with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, this might be the tribute win.
You got a bunch like half the team on there that may never even met on there. That's fucking tribute.
Yeah, if I had to give an exact score for this game, it'd be like 17-20 or something like that. If I had to give an exact score, but yeah, give me the Chargers by 3 points. All right, next game. This one is going to be very, very interesting. You got the Buffalo Bills going on the road against the Houston Texans. Flip, who you got? Bills, Texans. Really? I was like, yeah. Oh my God. Wow. You caught me off guard that one, Flip, but yeah, go on.
Seriously, the Texans definitely win this one. Last week, I don't know what the hell was going on with the Texans. I feel like Mariota's not fully healthy yet, probably. Something that could actually affect this game, though, Watson might sit out because he does have that chest injury. I don't think he will.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to affect him if he plays. So if he does play, I got the Texans winning this one pretty handily. Yeah, it's at home too. That crowd was pretty hyped for that Cowboys Texans.
Yeah.
So they might be, as hyped, and the Bills are prone to mistakes already. So yeah, the Texans. If the Texans run away with this one, I'd say it's going to be a pretty easy game. But if it's close, they might just run the ball shady like they did against the Titans.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say the Texans will win this one, 24-13.
All right. Walter Tom, who you got? Bills, Texans.
Yeah, give me the Texans in this one. I think I don't know. Bills surprised me in their 2 wins so far this season. I didn't see that coming against the Vikings, and I didn't see it coming against Titans. Who knows? Maybe that's what it is. I just see them pull out these victories against teams that have so much confidence in. But I don't think Houston. Josh Allen does not look. He still doesn't look good. He's still getting wins. But he's not playing well enough. I don't know know what it is in these games. I don't pay attention to the Bills. I look at the score. Yeah, they try on the table. It's crazy, but Deshaun Watson, if he's still upright and healthy, I mean, the Bills don't have much of a pass rush. So I think if anything, he's gonna be able to be okay in the pocket. So even with potentially, even with the Bills getting the ball, I still don't think really said enough. Hopkins again proved it's pretty electrifying.
Yeah.
Field. And hopefully, I think this is the game. Watson hasn't really had a good season. He hasn't really had a good season. I've been kind of expecting more out of him, but I think with that terrible pass rush by the Bills, I think he'll have a pretty big game. And obviously, Josh Allen is going to have did with J.J. Watt, Jadeveon Clowney. So it's going to be a mess of its own. So give me the Houston Texans in a route. I'm going to go Houston 28, Buffalo 12.
Now, Josh Allen can make plays with his legs, but that scrambling is not gonna cut it against Jadeveon Clowney and J.J. Watt. So, I mean, he come on, but he's not Dak though. Come on, Josh Allen is not no damn. Yeah, he's not Dak Prescott. I'm sorry.
It might be close, but Dak is kind of looking shaky in the legs.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, it's easier for Dak to run than it is for Josh Allen to run because, I mean, he's got Zeke to take some of the pressure off of him. And the thing is, Shady McCoy does not have the same amount of pressure to take off of him that Josh Allen does when you compare Dak and Zeke to them. So, yeah, I mean, they're going to have to find another way to win. I mean, in that regard, anyway. And by far, as far as the Houston Texans, the best damn player that they got on the offensive side of the ball is DeAndre Hopkins. Jesus Christ. And I believe that a 60% Deshaun Watson is going to be better than a 100% Josh Allen. Call me a risk taker, but that's just what I believe. I mean, and the thing is, the Bills' defense is okay, but I mean, like I said, they've lucked out against the people who were better than them on paper. Could lightning strike a third time? I don't know. We'll see. But I mean, the smart money says Houston. Give me the Houston Texans by 7 points over the Buffalo Bills. Yep, Houston by a touchdown. All right, next up, we got, the LA Rams going up against the Denver Broncos. The thing is, the Denver Broncos are a team that actually showed some promise. Case Keenum is actually, he can actually bring them up to the next level. They're just missing a couple of key pieces. But before I get my prediction, Flip, who you got, Rams or Broncos?
Yeah, I got to agree with you. Case Keenum actually has been looking pretty solid this season. I think he's got a couple 300-yard games on him. It's just something about that team, man. They're cursed. I don't know what it is. They seem to be clicking on all cylinders. Their defense isn't all that amazing this year. But I don't know. It's just something about them, and they're definitely not about to beat the Rams. I feel like the Seahawks, they play them so much that they kind of had an edge on them. So that was why it was so close. The Broncos, I mean, you just got blown out by the Jets. I don't see you beating the Rams. I think the Rams should run away with this one, even with Tuck and Cooks out for concussions maybe. They should win pretty handily. I would say Rams win 31-16.
All right. Walter Todd, who you got?
Yeah, this is the Rams. This is very easy game to pick. There's just something. I mean, Denver, they don't have anything that really scares you. Something they have, obviously, it's a different receiving core, but I don't think it's going to matter. They're not going to put up points. Not going to keep up with Goff and Gurley. It's the even in Denver, like Denver, I think being in Denver might keep this game a little close in the first half, but I think the Rams can settle in. And I think they have too many ways to score if this isn't fair, especially and obviously the coaching, I'll give the advantage to Los Angeles all day. Sean McVay is just having a terrific season. Obviously, I think he might be coach of the year again. Give me the Rams in this game, and this game in a rout. It's going to be like 34 to 17.
Wow. I'm gonna give Denver just a tad bit more credit because they probably could have one of those games they had against Kansas City. That's kind of what I'm counting on in this game because it seems like they've been playing to the level of their competition. I mean, of course, because on paper the Jets are not that good of a team, and of course, they're playing down to their competition. And of course, they had to step it up against a team like Kansas City because, come on, they're hot right now. The Rams were just given all they could handle by the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Seahawks are a better team than Denver are at this point. But I just think it's going to be just a little bit of a closer game. But I just don't mean Denver has a problem with sealing the deal. They got a problem with, keeping a lead. And you can't do that against a team like the Rams. I mean, you just can't because the Rams, they got too much firepower. They got Cooper Kupp. They got Todd Gurley. Jared Goff, he goes off. I mean, and even the defense for the Rams isn't bad. But, the Rams, they're mostly focused on offense. Now, my only issue is, can Denver keep up with them? Can they stay within like a 6 to, a 4 or 5, a 5 to 6, 7 point, deficit? Maybe not. We will see. I mean, Denver is at home, so I mean, you guys know how Mile High Stadium is, but we'll see. Go ahead and give me the Rams by 3 points over Denver. Give me, I got the Rams by a field goal.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Next up. Yeah. I got. Like I said, I got just a tad bit more faith in Denver, but they're just not going to be able to. They're just not going to be able to seal the deal against the Rams because the Rams got too much firepower. All right. Next up, we got the Baltimore Ravens going on the road against the Tennessee Titans. Flip, who you got? Titans or Baltimore?
I feel like I don't think the Titans have it, man. I feel like their wins are flukes. To be honest, I look at their team, and it's just reality winning this team. It's like Corey Davis is a sophomore, I think. He's just not ready to take over that team. Delaney Walker's out. Your backfield is in a disarray. I don't know what's going on with that. Your quarterback's elbow is can't even feel his arm.
Mm-hmm.
And your defense, I don't know. I feel like your defense is it's pretty scorable on. So I feel like the Ravens should win the game. But somehow, somebody they might lose.
Yeah.
It's the Titans, but yeah, I feel like Baltimore should win this one. I'll say 23-6.
All right, you got it close. All right, Flip, who you got? You got the Ravens or you got the Titans? Wazatop, yeah. Wazatop, who you got? Ravens, Titans.
Yeah, I like the Ravens. Both teams really disappointed me last week. And the bidding that they play against each other, I can see which game disappoint me again. I think so. Again, like Flip said, you can point to the Titans and say they're kind of a flip with them versus the Ravens. They had some better wins. They've looked better at times offensively, I feel like. So I think I trust them a little bit more. So give me, I think Flacco. I mean, I don't know. I think it's gonna be a low scoring game. I mean, both teams are coming off a really low scoring game for themselves. I think so. It's really going to be like a 16-10 game. However, I think I like the Ravens defense a little better, even on the road. Give me the Ravens 16, Tennessee Titans.
Now, I'll weigh my pros and cons and put my bias aside. But guys, the Titans beat the Super Bowl champs in overtime. The Ravens lost to the Browns last week. But they do got some, notable wins under the belt. Like I said, the Ravens, they beat my Steelers pretty soundly, pretty convincingly. And even though Flip said that, the Ravens, not the Ravens, but the Titans have had a couple of fluke wins this year. Hey, a win's a win. I guess them finding ways to win, finding ways to be clutch. We can attribute to that. And, Joe Flacco was bipolar as hell. We never know which Joe Flacco we're going to get. If Mariota's healthy, Mariota can be dangerous. And he can, he can run the ball. He can run just as good as he can throw. So, yeah. But this is pretty much going to come down to it's going to come down to who can make that final stop on defense. I think that they match up pretty well offensively, but I think Baltimore Ravens have a. But if you ask me who I think will, who do I trust more? If there's 3 minutes left in the game and both teams have at least one timeout, who do I trust more in the clutch? Do I trust Mariota and the Titans more, or do I trust the Ravens and Joe Flacco more? It's going to come down to whoever has the ball in that last 2 or 3 minutes of the game. And me, I actually like the Titans in this game. Give me the Titans over Tennessee. Give me the Titans over Baltimore by 7 points. Yep, I got the Titans by a touchdown in this game.
All right.
Yeah. This is gonna, like I said, it's gonna be close, but yeah, I say 14-21. It's gonna be another one of those low scoring games. All right, next up. The Jacksonville Jaguars going up against the Dallas Cowboys in Jerry's World. This is a very, very tricky one because, like I said, the Dallas Cowboys have had a pattern this year. Win a game, lose a game, win a game, lose a game, and this is week 6, so they're due for a win. And because of the way they lost last week, both teams lost last week, but Jacksonville lost in a little bit more of an embarrassing fashion. Yeah. But before I make my prediction, Flip, who you got? Jags, Cowboys.
Man, look, I hate the Cowboys. They almost cost me my fantasy game last week.
I told you, didn't I? Didn't I tell you?
What'd you say?
I said I told you. Didn't you pick them last week?
No, I didn't pick them last week.
Oh.
I picked the Texans, I'm pretty sure, but Waz had the Texans defense in fantasy. I almost beat my ass up. Cowboys, they can't do anything against this defense. I saw them struggle against Dak. Or not Dak, the Texans. Jalen Ramsey can cover whoever is on their field.
Oh, yeah.
Dak might, I don't know, because Dak might just like, I don't know how he does that thing where he extends the play and throws up the prayer and somehow someone catches it.
Yeah. And it's mostly Cole Beasley.
It depends on Bortles, man.
Mm-hmm.
This might be a different game.
Exactly. Bortles is full out of it.
This might be one of those games where it's like 6-6 and in the fourth quarter and someone wins by a field goal because of Bortles. But I'm going to bet on Bortles having a good game. I don't think this Cowboys defense can cause turnovers that crazy. So I'll say the Jags win 16-10.
All right. Wazzle Top, who you got? Jags, Cowboys.
I like, you know what? It's weird. Bortles and Dak, if the teams are trying kind of interesting. They're kind of diametric. They're almost kind of alike. If Jacksonville was healthy with running back, you could say that both teams, obviously, Cowboys defense not as prolific or not as like on paper maybe as good, but they are good defense.
Mm-hmm.
They're not caliber as Jacksonville, but both teams with at full health, you would say good running back, and then the quarterback position is questionable. That's the only thing.
Right.
And the thing is I think when Bortles stinks, he really, really stinks.
Yeah.
When that game against Chiefs, if you take away his turnovers, that game might have been closer. That game would have been a lot closer. It would have been a lot closer. It would have been very interesting. Bortles had a lot of turnovers that gave a touchdown, and it gave Kansas a lot of a really great skill position. But take away those turnovers, that would have been actually an interesting game with Kansas City.
Yeah.
Bortles had those terrible games this time, but again, Bortles, kind of like what you were saying to him, man, like the Cowboys, he's up and down. Like he's had a really bad game, and he'll throw 400 yards against against the Patriots. It's crazy. Like he's up and down, and you don't know what to expect. I think that Bortles has the ability to really like tank and lose and actually cost the team a game. But I think Dak can make a couple of mistakes, but I don't think he can hurt his team as much as Bortles can. And you know what? I think that the Cowboys are at a crossroads right now. After Jerry questioned Garrett's punt in overtime, I think I like the Cowboys in this game. I don't know why. I think that the running. I think they go back to the ground game. I think they realize you have to give Zeke Elliott 25 kick touches, whether it's just handing off or whether it's designed pass plays. But if you're going to lose, if you're going to go down with giving the best player the most opportunities that you can. So I'm going to go Dallas Cowboys in this game. Dallas 20, Jacksonville 14.
Now, I originally did want to pick the Dallas Cowboys in this game because, like I said, they lost to the Texans last week in a pretty close game. But I just have to say that the secondary for the Jags is a hell of a lot better than the secondary for the Texans. And Dak, when he gets pressured, when he gets blitzed, he gets happy feet. He starts running around, and his passes become a lot less accurate, and he ends up having to make a lot of those plays by himself. And his receiving core is nowhere near as good as it was 1 or 2 years ago. So, I mean, and like you guys said, this is going to be it's going to be it's going to solely depend on what Blake Bortles that we see in this game. Is Blake Bortles going to stink up the place, or are we going to see like playoff Blake Bortles, something like that, something along the lines of that? But again, like I said, I gave most of my points earlier. But if I had to pick a final score, I would have to say it would be give me the Jacksonville Jaguars over the Cowboys by 6 points, 21-27. Yeah, I think that defense is going to prove to be a little bit too much, even in Jerry's world. All right, now we got the heavyweight showdown between the Kansas City Chiefs and the New England Patriots. I really, really, really had to think long and hard about this one, and y'all might or might not be surprised at the pick that I'm gonna make when I make it. But Flip, I'm gonna let you go first. Who you got first? Who you got? KC or New England? It's at Gillette Stadium. It's at Foxborough. But we've seen in the past that KC, that home field advantage doesn't scare them, because out of the last 3 games that KC has had, in Foxborough, they've won 2 of those. Yeah, but they're the Broncos.
I feel like both defenses suck.
Yeah. Well, they don't suck.
Like,
they don't suck.
Well, they don't.
Yeah.
They're not great.
Yeah.
I'll say that. Both coaching, or coaching for both teams is pretty good, except for Andy Reid's clock management.
Yeah.
So it's not like I can say Bill Belichick is going to outcoach Andy Reid because Andy Reid's a pretty established coach. I can't sleep on him.
Mm-hmm.
It comes down to. What were you going to say, Les?
I'll say, like, if Bill Belichick can he scheme up something that can throw off the home?
That's what I was thinking. Because it comes down to, I don't think the Patriots have the pass rush to scare Mahomes. And if he does have to run out the pocket, we've seen that he can either run to that first down mark or he can extend the play, and he has a bullet for an arm.
Has Mahomes turned the ball over already?
Yeah, 2 picks.
Oh, yeah, 2, yeah. Yeah. I mean, come on, it's Jacksonville. It's Jacksonville. Come on now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna be a shootout. I'm aiming at a shootout, and I think that I want to say Mahomes and the Chiefs win it, but I feel like it's Belichick, and it's Belichick and Brady, man, and they have so many weapons now. They have Edelman back. They have
Josh Gordon,
obviously. Yeah. Josh Gordon. That Sony Michel dude is looking really good in the backfield for him.
James White.
White. So it's just like they have weapons, and as much as I like Kansas City's weapons, I feel like experience is going to win out in this one. And I feel like Brady might get this win. I just don't see Kansas City's pass rush getting him. They might. It comes down to, can they get to Brady? Because I feel like he can run away with it with Gronk. But it's going to be a shootout, man. Oh, man. This stuff. I'm going to be a hater and just go with the team that's not in the AFC West. I'm going to say Patriots beat the Chiefs 34-31.
All right. Wazatov, who you got? Chiefs, Patriots.
Granted, New England has their weapons starting to come back. Michelle, the running back, has played really well the last couple of games. First how they started the season, so that's definitely a bonus for New England, which typically does not depend at all on their ground game. They've always been a short passing team, a team with either pass catching receivers or getting a lot of those short yardage pickups from the slot. Gronk, the only thing is my concern. I'm not sure what's going on with Gronk. Gronk, he hasn't really like impressed me at all this season yet. He's still, ever since except for week 1, he really hasn't had a really big game. Nothing too impressive or scary. So it's an interesting element because Gronk's always been kind of the sure thing at that position and kind of a game changer for New England's offense. But I don't know if that's replaced now by the emergence of Josh Gordon. I don't know. So weapon-wise, you're right. This is going to be a shootout. It's going to be a very, very enjoyable game. And the key thing is Mahomes, again, and the bright light, if you get to pull out that magic. I don't know if the left-handed throws are going to work against the Bill Belichick defense or scheme. But that's the only thing. That's the thing is, like, this is a great test. But we've seen Blake Bortles do work against the Patriots.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna ride the hot hand right now on the hot team that is Kansas City. I don't think Reed. I don't think that squad. I think he's gonna get this team up to this game, and Yeah, I think I like the Kansas City Chiefs in this game. Even though it's in Foxborough, give me Kansas City 34, New England 30.
All right. Now, this is also a game that I had to go back and forth with myself. Like I said, I don't think that the Chiefs are going to have an answer for Gronk. I mean, but it's just that the Chiefs' firepower right now. I mean, come on, Tyreek Hill. The Chiefs' running game, I think, is just a tad bit better. I think that that Tyreek Hill is better than excuse me, not Tyreek Hill, but you guys know what I'm talking about. But he's better. I think he's better. Yeah, I think he's better than James White is. I mean, at this point. Yeah. But shoot, I mean, like you said, I mean, Brady and Belichick, I mean, you can't count them out even at Foxborough. But I mean, Alex Smith, he did work against them at Foxborough with the same weapons, as I mentioned earlier when, comparing them to the Redskins. And Patrick Mahomes, as you said, Flip, at this point, he's a better quarterback than Alex Smith is, even with all the experience that Alex Smith has got. Like you said, both defenses are average to slightly below average. I mean, but you guys are right about this being a shootout type of a game. Hopefully, I do not regret this, but go ahead and give me the Chiefs by 3 points over them. 34-31 because they've proven that they can put up 34 points over the Patriots. And last but not least, we got the Green Bay Packers coming off a loss going up against the San Francisco 49ers. And one of my friends, her name is Melissa, shout out to her. She told me to take it easy on the Packers because I picked them and they lost, which disappointed the hell out of me. But I'm going to take it easy on them this week. I ain't going to lay into them like I did before when they lost. But still, Flip, who you got? You got the Packers or the Niners?
Oh, man. After last week, I'm not surprised by last week's outcome. I didn't expect Randall Cobb and Geronimo Allison to be out. So that really hurt the Packers. Plus, Crosby missed 5 field goals. Or 4 field goals and an extra point. So that really changed the tide of the game. But I mean, it's the 49ers, man. The 49ers have been surprising. And as much as I want to count them out this game, they might make some noise. George Kittle's a little banged up, and that's your number one receiver, so that might be an issue. Breida's banged up too. Their defense is, it's kind of up and down with their defense. So Flash probably knows more about that than I do, though. But Aaron Rodgers, if he gets his weapons back, he should be on point. If he doesn't get his weapons back this week, it could be a really close game. And I'm aiming towards him getting his weapons back. I'll go with the best case scenario. I'll say the Packers should win this 24-13.
All right. Volatile, who you got? Packers, Niners.
So, Aaron Rodgers is struggling pretty good now. I'm a little concerned that the knee thing, the knee to be bugging him for most part of the season, but he seems to be moving around pretty well. Philadelphia off game, able to get out of victory against Detroit, but his defense a little bit banged up right now. Got Ruben Foster. He's not out, but he's questionable right now. Same thing with Ward, secondary. But I mean, I think Aaron Rodgers. I mean, Rosen did surprisingly okay against us, so I'm skeptical when it comes to someone like Aaron Rodgers against us. I think Aaron Rodgers. I think the game plan will be pretty simple. I think it'll be again a lot of short passes. I think they'll get the ball off quick. I mean, we can't pressure that great. I mean, Aaron Rodgers can have fun and sit back there all day play against us and go up 5-3. But um, I can't. The team's a little disappointing on my end. They somehow will make it interesting because the Packers defense isn't that good either. I can see CJ putting up some points. I don't know. Nick Breed is also a little bit injured. He might not be under. He might not be at 400%. But I think we can still put up some points against the defense. But it's not going to be it's not going to be enough against Rodgers. I think this is a game the Packers are looking at as a win they need to have under the belt because the NFC North is quietly very difficult, and they can't afford to lose any of these gimme games because no divisional game is a gimme in that division. So they got to win these games outside the division, and the Niners are right for beating up on. So giving the Packers in this game, it hurts me. But the Packers in this game, Packers 28, Niners 20.
Yeah, and you are right. This is still an NFC conference game, so this will help in the overall conference picture. But you guys are right about the Packers underachieving, on both sides of the ball. I mean, to a lot of people, they like the Packers standard. I mean, they should really be doing a lot better than they're doing. But still, I mean, they're not. I mean, they're another team who's doing good so far, but they're not out of the woods yet. We'll still need to see how they fare within the next 4 to 6 weeks before we can really get a picture of them, because you guys are right. That NFC North division is low-key dangerous. So, I mean, and the 49ers, I mean, like, they can give you a fight. But the thing is, it's just that they can't do enough to convincingly beat teams. They can't do enough to put teams away, especially when they're going up against a team like Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. Now, and you guys are right about the defense. I mean, the defense for the Packers has been kind of lackluster. And part of that is because the secondary is weaker and the penalties that have been, that they've been getting. So that's something that they got to watch out for. But me personally, like, I went back and forth with this. As much as the 49ers are due for another win, I just can't do it. I just can't give it to them in this game against the Packers. So go ahead and give me the Packers in this game by 8 points over San Francisco.
So speaking of NFC North games, I don't think we discussed the Bears game. I think we did that.
Oh yeah. We also do need to discuss that. Who you got between them? Walls top, you go first.
I'll go first. We'll make it quick. I think the Bears in a pretty easy win. Bears overall impressed me. Dolphins, they're coming off 2 losses. They're falling back to earth a little bit. I think Tannehill is gonna crap his pants against Khalil Mack, and I'm gonna go Bears pretty easily. I don't think he's gonna throw that many touchdowns again, but I don't think it is against Dolphins. Give me Chicago 24, Miami 14.
All right, Flip, who you got? Bears, Dolphins.
The Bears should pretty much win this one. The Dolphins' offense is pretty terrible right now.
Yeah.
Their defense is solid.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Bears should win this one 27.
Yeah. Now they match up almost evenly on defense, but I feel like that, Chicago offensively, they got just a little bit more in the tank than Miami does. I mean, Miami, I don't like I said, it seems like they're missing a few puzzle pieces too that would make them even somewhat of a threat, but they're still like a C minus solid C team. And I have to say, if I would have to give Chicago a grade, I have to give them C plus B minus. I mean, and even though Miami is at home, it doesn't really matter that much to me. So go ahead and give me the Bears by 6 points over the Dolphins. Now, you guys got any final thoughts or any questions, comments, concerns before we sign out here tonight?
Good luck to the Chargers. Good luck to the Steelers.
Yeah.
Hopefully the Niners pull off an upset.
We'll see.
Yeah.
My final thoughts is I hope, like I said, I picked against my boys, which is rare, but I hope that I am wrong. And like I said, I'm never going against my gut instinct again. If I want to pick an underdog, damn it, I'm picking an underdog no matter how far fetched it might seem. But yeah, Walter Todd, you got any final thoughts before we sign out, brother?
Man, I'm looking forward to. I think we all can agree the game. Probably the game of the week is going to be Sunday night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Chiefs Pats.
I think if Mahomes puts on a great performance, I think like MVP is to run away with, and I think we could have a potential changing of the guard for AFC dominant.
Yeah.
After that, I think it'll be Mahomes' league after Brady retires.
All right. Well, anyway, that's the Week 6 prediction podcast. I'm your host, and once again, I'd like to thank my boys, Flip and Walter Todd, for hosting the show with me. Thank you, fellas.
All right.
All right. Thank you, fellas. And as always, we will see you next week. Peace out.